right. Bring this up just a tad. There we go. Let's see if it's got it in. Connecting to the software. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Give me a moment here. How are y'all doing? What's up, what's up, what's up? Had a little technical difficulty there. My internet didn't want to work. But we're good to go here. This is Dan. I'm Neomustangs. This is my Fox Body Mustang live stream. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate everybody. Hit that like button when you come in and out. It helps my exposure of my channel get up. What's going on, Pat? What's up, Jason? Cold-blooded Rico. What up, what up? It's good to see everybody. Like I said, I'm a little bit late. Had an inline coupler issue with my internet wire, so it's all good now. What else am I gonna say here? I think this link works for Instagram. I don't know if can you actually post on Instagram? Like from a PC? Anyway. Where's my phone at? What's up, Stang Man? How's everybody doing tonight? Did you guys get a chance to join Brutal's live stream last Friday? That was crazy good. Crazy. Had LMR in there, me, Foxcast, Gearhead. It had a bunch of YouTubers. Justin91LX. What's up, boys? Hey, that coupe's coming around real nice. I've been following that on Facebook, my man. It looks real good. What's up, Partly Cloudy? Give me a second here. I'm trying to coordinate. So what's everybody? How's everybody's weekend? You guys get any work done? What's up, Trunkback? I saw your transmission video. Thanks for the upload because I'm caught between. All right, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that video from last Friday. So, like I had a number of people tell me that they do and don't want to go faceplate, and like I would not suggest faceplating your transmission unless you plan on tracking the car quite a bit. So like here in Northeast Ohio, you know, it kind of goes hand in foot with my title. I already missed track season. Ohio's cold, it sucks. It's about to start snowing soon. But, you know, we have a track up here in good season, and we have a dyno, and you guys see that all on my videos. So, like, it just made sense for me to faceplate my transmission. So if you do a lot of street racing, you know, down in Mexico, and, you know, not that I condone any of that, but I'm just saying, if you do a lot of whatever, off-road racing, and, you know, you go to the track quite often, it just makes sense to faceplate your transmission. So, and you can drive them on the street, and I've been driving them on the street for years, and it's kind of one of those services that a lot of people don't understand what it is. And, you know, instead of me making a video where I was pointing at this picture or that picture or a video from an online source that wasn't mine, I figured I would show you hands-on. I thought it was pretty cool. So, snowing here in Ontario, 85 is getting tore down. Lots to do. I get you. What's the name of your track? I'll come next summer. It's Thompson Drag Raceway. But in Northeast Ohio, we have Thompson Drag Raceway is about 35, 40 minutes from me. Matter of fact, you know, I already missed track season, but it sucks because I didn't make this last. I think this is probably going to be the last Saturday, this past Saturday, and I had a weightlifting competition to go to. So it just seems like everything else is like in the way of me getting the, you know, Dad's Cars video up. So bear with me. 373s, Ray. Trunk back. We picked up a Capri on Saturday. Broken dash, came with an 87 up dash. Any ideas on the harnesses? What year's the Capri? So, moving on to, you know, what we got going on here. I'm getting the white car ready to ship out to Big Dog Fab. I talked to Ken Cooper over at Big Dog Fab, and we're going to be doing that, you know, that turbo conversion, you know, making the one track, you know, converting the turbo kit that I already have to fit the 410 Windsor, because it usually fit the 363. So I'll be doing some vlogging on that a little bit. I mean, I fully expect it to come back and, you know, just set that dyno on fire, but we'll see. What else we got going on here? Wait for some more people to get in the stream. I don't have much for you as far as like anything like secret going on. I know that we got a T5 swap to put together this week. I got contacted. I did that T5 swap video last week. I thought it was pretty hot. It was pretty good. But like, what do you guys want to see? I mean, I know you guys like how-to videos, and I know how-to videos are pretty dope. But like, are they boring or like legitimately? It's just boring, ain't it? So, what's up, Andrew? I missed the track this whole season. Hopefully, be ready next season. You should be driving your dad's car, or do you? Bangin' Bob. I gotta order a T5 kit, Andrew. I need the rear counter shaft support. I need the front retainer, and I need the rebuild kit tomorrow. So there's a little bit of delay in chat. You guys don't have to worry about my stream falling. It just sucks because there's a little bit of a smaller window than normal. But I'm running my stream through OBS, so I don't have to worry about the buffering and all that other crap that happens with the encoder on YouTube, which I think is very distressful. Jerry McCain, 302 trick flow 170s, 17 rockers, cam V3 112, estimated horsepower. Stock bottom end trick flow 170s. That motor probably makes about 300 wheel with 17 rockers. Stock cam, probably 290, probably 300 wheel. Supercharger on 12 PSI V3. If your belt don't slip, you probably make 4.25, 450 wheel on 12 PSI. You should see 450. Jason Fields, love the how-to videos. I'm rebuilding 89 Coupe. I appreciate that. It just seems like, you know, I talk to Brutal a lot. We talk on the phone enough. We don't talk every day, but, you know, and I share, you know, some of the same things with Caleb at Foxcast and Gearhead, and we're all in the same community like we were talking last Friday. But it was just like, you know, the how-to videos, like me and Brutal got to talking about a couple weeks ago. It's just like the how-to videos just seem like they don't seem very popular. And it's just like, and those are the videos that really take the most editing and the most like planning, because, you know, you have to like plan a car to do it on. And the one I did it on, like my T5 swap part 1, 2, and 3, that I just did it on Ryan's car this past summer, man, that video's hot. Like, I like LMR's video, don't get me wrong, man. But, like, it's just quick and to the point with LMR. Like, in my T5 swap videos, it's kind of nice because, like, I'm going to tell you why you need to do this, that, or the other. There's some things that they won't tell you at LMR, and that's by good reason. But their videos are pretty hot, and it's easy, and it's kind of, you know, good information just in general, you know. So, what's up, Robert? I'm going to give a shout-out to the guys in green. Out here, over here on the left. Those are my club members. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I always talk about it. And, you know, it's something that's really cool. I think this is where YouTube's going to start going, sort of. You know, this is where a lot of video game channels go to. And it's pretty successful. And I don't know if you watch, I don't know if you guys do Twitch or whatever. But, you know, it's where I think, you know, live streaming is going to be something that should be commonplace, especially in any sort of YouTubing. So you could interact with the creator. I think that's really cool, regardless of how many subscribers you have. The bad thing about live streaming is when you got a lot of subscribers, I mean, the chat just literally just floods. You know, it just literally is just like just spam so fast you can't even read it. So auto addiction. You did your suspension a while back. How's it handling now? How tools are great. How to's are great. They help. You know, the nice thing about how-tos is that they're out there, and, you know, people can join them, or not join them. People can watch them, and it can get an idea on what they're doing. You know, I mean, and I try to be as clear as possible in my videos, but, you know, I know they're not super exciting. I try to put at least some damn music underneath, because it just gets so bland, if that makes any sense. So anyway, make sure if you're just getting in the channel, make sure you guys hit that like, please. AOD Mafia. What's up, AOD Mafia? How about a good suspension video? What I really wanted to do, Andrew, was I really wanted to do a real simple how-to on racing, like setting up, like, you know, like racing. This is what I do every week when it comes to, you know, this is the crap that me and cousin Paul have to do every week to get the car ready and what have you. So hold on a minute, I'm trying to take a picture for somebody. But just like setting up the suspension and the tires and the fuel and, you know, all that stuff is just crazy. You know, it takes a lot of time, and luckily we have time to be able to do that stuff here at the shop. So, you know, when you make your job your hobby, that's really cool. So anyways, give me 1 second, guys. So, where we at here? Let me catch up on chat. One Stock Cam, seen you a while. What's up, Neo? Dan, what turbo you going with the white car? We're going to stick with the 7675, and we're going to tap that sumbitch out. I think that other turbo kit, if this turbo acts anything like it did with the 363 when it was in this car with that turbo kit that's about to be modified, I should be able to see 750, 800 wheel, plus or minus, before that turbo really starts just, you know, sweatband. It's going to be out of steam. What's up, cousin Paul? How we doing? How we doing? So, what else we got going on? This week at the shop, we'll be getting we got a T5 swap we got to get ready. Cousin Paul, y'all remember that black dash that I was showing you guys? I told you guys that stuff is hot. Like, restoring your interior is super important, because that's already gone. Somebody had bought it. We went through that dash, and when we usually go through restoration on dashes and all our interior parts, very, very fine detail. And cousin Paul does a great job with it, so he's here in chat. So I just did my throttle cable on my T5. This is probably a dumb question, but why are there two cables on the throttle body? One of them is for the, if I remember correctly, the one cable goes to the cruise. So, yep. Also on that same cable line, I think, is the kickdown, if it's an AOD car. There's like this little plastic bracket that bolts to the bottom of the throttle body. It's kind of a terrible design. But anyways, What's up, Lou? Did a burnout on the new clutch. Got a little chatter now. If I take off real easy, just go away. You broke your shit. You did something, bro. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Blue Collar Fox did a. Oh, I'm sorry. John Spartan. It's an original manual car, though. Cruise makes sense. Yeah. Well, I mean, as soon as you know, cruise, because it holds the throttle body, you know. Blown 93 vert. Hey, man, love the channel. One question. So 275 poked or 255 tucked? 275 poked. Look, man. Let me show y'all some, before we get into something else. Let me see if this camera is going to be okay. Bear with me. My little selfish stick. To answer your question, I'm going to show you what I do here. Like, your tire should literally be with this fender. And this should be rolled. Like, Fox bodies look the best, in my opinion, when it's poked a little bit, not tucked. Now, some people that like to, you know, I think Brutal has his tucked. Some people that like to lower them a lot, or lower them, you know, the tuck looks good, but in my opinion, I like my tire to sit like right here on the fender, if you guys see it. So, if that helps you out at all. So, hey, look, the camera didn't fail me. Don't mind the piece of shit on the lift. What's up, Nathan Tuck? It's good to see you. Lose the tailpipes and tuck the 275. You can. I got 315 in tailpipes on the black car. I got them to fit with a Fox body rear end, having the right back spacing and the right spacers. Blue Collar, how's it going? Keep up. Got my yellow badge. No, I'm not using YouTube streaming at all, Adrenocide. This is all OBS. I'm not doing YouTube encoder anymore. I like the fact that YouTube encoder is like live, like the chat's like maybe 1 or 2 seconds delay, but I'll take the 6 or 7 seconds delay to have the stability on the stream. So I don't have to worry about the stream dying on me, you know what I mean? So only thing is I'm running an SN95. Yeah, okay, so that's back spacing. So the only way you're going to get an SN95 a rear axle, because the SN95 is 3/4 of an inch wider on each side, mainly because of the ABS ring. And the only way you're going to be able to change that is to change your back spacing on your wheels, which require other wheels. So you would almost have to think tucked with that sort of axle, because it's going to sit flat and even versus being poked. Does that make any sense? Yeah, buffering sucks. That's why I decided to go with OBS and stay with OBS, because it's my connection is excellent. I don't mind the little bit of delay in chat. So, you know, nothing sucks worse than getting into a stream and getting into a chat with some of your guys and some of your people, and, you know, it just sits there and buffers, and, you know, I feel for the other guys who stream too, because when that happens, because then you just lose interest at that point. You know, you lose interest in, you know, I don't want to lose my audience. So we on the left here. Bought a pair of Trick Flow 205 11R CNC'd in the bag today. Nice. Actually, I think that has something to do with the OBS. I'm gonna fix that. Like, I would mess with it now, but we're on, you know, we're live and online. But I'm gonna probably do a test stream soon to try to get that window more of a, you know, more of a horizontal look versus, you know, it's just the fitment. It's just the settings in OBS. I know what I'm doing with them, but, you know, you start messing with shit and then you got to test it. So, Gary Shanks, do you have any adjustment for your back suspension like typical 4-link? Okay, so I set my white car up, I think about 2 degrees on the axle with the pinion. But see, I got spherical bushings and adjustable upper lowers in that. As far as like a standard Fox body is concerned, guys, unless you're like seriously racing the car often, there's no need to be running any sort of like different suspension type of sets up. If that's what you're asking as far as control arms are concerned. Just focus on shocks, focus on, you know, axle strength and diff and gears, and you know, and just leave the control arms alone in their factory set 4-link. Does that make any sense? So, make sure you guys hit that like. You're just coming into the stream. What up? What's up, Mike J? So, how many of you guys see Brutal's Friday's stream? That was crazy. There was like 200 people in that stream, man. That was a good time. It was a good time to talk. I always enjoy that stuff, you know, because you get to talk with other collaborators on top of most of the people that are in my channel are friends with and or like other channels. So I thought that was really cool. It goes pretty quick though. You start getting up into the several hundreds in live streaming, and the chat just sits there and gets just blown away for the most part. So, automotive addiction. Do you run quad shock racing? I've ran them for years, with and without quad shock. It really doesn't matter. Somebody said something on my, and I'm going to go to it right now. Whoops. Somebody said something on the channel when I did the community tab thing that I wanted to address. That's something that maybe we can talk about. I think it was in chat right here. Possibly talk about the alternator, where the power steering. I'm not going to talk about that right now, GSF. But Blue Collar was talking about, and so was Nathan, talking about the best suspension upgrades for the track and the street. Okay, so let me hit this with you guys real quick. Lots of good conversations with you and all the hosts. I appreciate that. Let me check out with chat first. Why not cut the 8.8 loose with the 9-inch housing? That's way stronger. Listen, I got 9-inch ends on my 8.8. I'm just not a 9-inch guy, and I guess that's all for preference, if that makes any sense. That's not the wrong answer, 80s Ford guy, for sure. But it's just a preference thing. Like my 8.8 is built pretty strong in this one, and it's all reinforced and it's all welded up, and I got all the good parts and the 9-inch ends and the rear disc. So I went overboard. But there are some really good ideas with the 9-inch rear end underneath of a Fox body. Need to get all you guys on live stream split screen. That would be pretty cool, Mike J. Justin 91 Alex, I need to set up something soon. Be fun for do a lot. Yeah. So I mean, I know people do it in video games, where you got, you know, there's a channel that I watch on a video game every week because they have a live talk for about 2 hours, and they talk about the game. And they got one guy in one corner and one guy in the other corner, this guy here, and then they got the game playing in the background, sort of, and they talk about it. And that's where we need to get. I need to get them online and invite them in on some sort of hosted stream session, and then maybe once a month we could sit and talk about Fox bodies for a couple hours. So that would be really cool. You know, we could put, you know, Andrew Hanlon in the middle talking about transmission in the new TKX. Or, you know, we could put LMR and Tyler in the middle, or whoever. I don't know who does their vlogging. I'm sure it's a professional crew or whatever. And you could bring Matt in here from Fox Resto. You know, there's the ideas are unlimited. Jeff, what's your thoughts? Jeff S, what's your thoughts on changing cam firing order from truck block to Mustang firing order? I got a low mileage short block from a truck roller cam. Why would you change the firing order? Adrenocide, once you put an aftermarket lower control arms on, the quad shocks go in the trash. Yeah, that's a preference thing. You don't really need them once you get, you know, and you guys seen what I did with Dad's car, so. Trunk back, no quad shocks since 80s. Chaos Acid, is this pre-recorded? It is not. I am 10-inch guy. Robert Kreitz, blue collar. I used to live in Denmark, New Jersey. No LS. LS, aka ma'am. So, somebody asked me in chat on community tab, you know, the topic of the best suspension upgrades for track versus street. Tubular versus stock. Okay, check this out. And if you haven't had a chance to check out my dad's playlist, you know, the blue car, I went over this pretty good in the playlist. The stock suspension sucks. Now, the only reason why it sucks is because it's 30 years old. The best thing you can do on topic for track and street is to change your control arms when it comes to suspension in the back. Now, what I like to do, and I think the best springs on the market are your own factory springs. So that includes leaving your factory rear springs. Like I cut about a half a coil out of these ones. They're just a factory set of GT springs that I don't have coilovers and Vikings yet because I haven't got to that point yet, but it's coming. You know, but like I have cut springs in my white car. I have cut springs in my black car. My dad's car's got cut springs in it. You know, you start getting, it just depends on how fast you get. So, for instance, I'm talking to the genre that's lightly power added, maybe lightly modified, running 12s, running 11s. All you guys need to do is set your suspension, put some control arms on, non-adjustable. This got some good polys. Like the best thing you could do before you even do any of that is reinforcing your torque boxes, because that shit is just flimsy. You know, the reinforcing the torque boxes tightens up your whole car and putting subframes on it. So we talked many streams ago about what your first upgrade should be when you're modifying a Fox body. And I think a majority of everybody said gears. And I think that's a really good idea too. But there's like a flow that goes when you're building a Fox body. And what happens is we get lost in that cloud of, well, I just want to buy all the best of the best of the best so I can just buy right or buy twice. But that really isn't how you should be thinking about it, depending on, you know, unless you want your car sitting on a damn lift and car stands like mine was for so long. So anyways, no politics, please. Seriously. If you're into cars, I doubt you're a Democrat. Okay, we need to stop that. All suspension kits no longer use your torque boxes. All they do is twist. Yep. Are GT convertible springs the same as coupe? No. Can confirm stock suspension stuff. That's correct. Guys, politics are over. Shut it up. That's correct. What do you think about the BMR rear torque box setup? What I'm trying to get back in here. Add a bit of glue to the spring. Brawls had one fall out of place in red. Convertible springs are stiffer. I welded my torque boxes up. Yeah, I mean, getting the torque box kit is probably the best thing you can do when you weld it up. You know what I mean? You need to weld it up and support the frame of your car first. So, we're not talking about politics, guys. I'll put you in timeout, LOL. Nathan Tuck, idea. 4-way split screen while viewing Buell. Yeah, that would be cool. If you had a choice to get a kit that doesn't use torque boxes, agreed. Which torque box kits do you recommend? Listen, late models got a torque box kit that's pretty basic. Listen, there's no specific torque box kit that you need to go out and buy. And this goes with what I was just saying. You know, you don't overthink it. Like, I think there's an SMR. I think that's the kit we used. There's a handful of them out there. They all pretty much steal each other's designs and, you know, use sheet metal, you know, and sell it for $100. You know, just follow the directions and do them, because I think the torque box reinforcement kits probably and good subframe connectors are probably one of the best things you can do. You need to know that if you reinforce your torque box, it's equivalent to a Band-Aid. The Pretender. Awesome. I'm the guy that texts you on the 5-speed today. What's up, man? You the guy from Indiana? Is it Illinois or Indiana? Blue Collar. Any thoughts on what these as-cast AFR heads are all about? I don't know. I haven't really gave it a considerable look yet, Blue Collar. Heads check out NKB heads 190. Good parts. I actually have the mad scientist Dave actually talks about these aluminum Chinese heads that he likes to use, because he's like a cylinder head machine shop guy anyway. So, and he puts like good parts in them, and he puts like, you know, good valves and good springs and stuff on them. So I forget what name they were, but they were like cheap, and he's mic'd them all out and stuff, and they seem to work pretty good. So AFR Renegades or Edelbrock Performers? AFR. AFR forever. Make sure you guys hit that like if you're just joining us. I'm not sure, Josh. I don't know if they're Flowtex. I don't know if they're some sort of Patriot head. Excuse me, I don't know what they are. But he orders them. He likes them. He decks them to make sure they're flat. Takes 5 valves just to make sure they're true. And then he puts his own valves and guides and everything in them. But here's the thing. He saves a whole bunch of money because he does all the work himself. So... But as far as going back to that question that we were talking about, wherever it went, the best suspension upgrades for the street and the track outside of the torque box reinforcements would be your control arms and your subframes, because they're going to make the car drive stiffer. They're going to make the car drive like less loose. Does that make sense? And, you know, if you did all 3 of them, torque box reinforcements first with control arms, because they kind of go hand in foot, and then you put subframes on, your car will drive differently. I promise you that. Matter of fact, it'll actually look, you know, it'll bring, depending on what control arms you get, you'll actually have to may have to cut your rear springs to bring the car back down, because you remember it doesn't have this, you know, those loose ass poly joints on it anymore. So it's pretty stiff. Rims, tires from Texas, Ontario, Canada. Regular shipping is 4 days. Robert, I'm looking for a Liberty out of Philly. I'm looking at Liberty out of Philly. Grand totals assembled. Just cut it all and got 4-link. Jeff McBroom. What do you think of a 7675 Precision on an SBE at 302 with trick flow heads? Dual gates, 7 springs, and a... Okay, so first of all, you don't need dual gates. You would need one good 46 millimeter. That SBE 302 is not going to push enough air. It needs 2 gates. Trick flow heads, one single gate, 10 pounds. 3550 any input. Thanks for you've been a great help. Okay, so Jeff, answer your question. You don't need 2 gates. Run a 46 millimeter precision turbo wastegate. Run the turbo. Like I said, the SBE is only going to move so much air, so you don't need 2 gates. Put it on 10 pounds, because 302s wake up at around 9. Trust me. You'll thank me later. I'm trying to get a 302 Ranger running correctly, but my IAC is saying 100%. Don't switch to a Holly just because the IAC's acting up. Did you change IACs? Did you check the pin out? Zach Hudson, what nitrous kit do you recommend for a stock short block? You got a GT40 intake, Zach? Or you just got the stock one, just stock all the way around? If that's the case, then a small wet kit like we just did on Dad's car would probably be the best thing to do. Blue collar, Kretz. There's a Liberty engine parts warehouse in Jersey. Okay. Do you have the right IAC valve selected in the Holly? Okay. So he must have the Holly already on it, Adrenocide. Maybe I read it wrong. Anyway, so who else was talking? That's the best thing. I think Nathan asked me that question. He's one of my channel members. I honestly think, you know, just like I said, torque box reinforcements, subframes, and control arms, like, first. You can remove the quads if you want, the quad shocks and stuff. You know, if you can get a set of QA1 adjustable track, I mean, I ran 10-way single adjustable QA1 shocks for years. I still run them. So that's another big one. Make sure when you're changing the control arms, like I did in Dad's car, you got to get rid of those nasty bushings that are up in the top of the diff. So you want to get rid of those too. So make sure you guys hit that like if you just joined the channel. That is correct. So I'm going to start talking about... you know, the next thing I'm going to talk about that goes hand in foot with what we're already talking about. You know, when I first started live streaming again this past season, last couple months, like your first mod, like you should work from the car back forward, to be honest with you. Like I know everybody wants to throw all this money at their engine, the cam, the heads, the HCI is fine, but you don't need an HCI to make power and have fun. I proved it with Project Hot Wheels. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to get an HCI on there, you're going to make 300 horsepower, and you're going to get pissed because you only made 300 horsepower. Project Hot Wheels, I took a completely bone stock motor, just refreshed it, a couple $100, threw an old On3 kit that was used, pieced and part together, and went out and made 450. So, you see how it doesn't make any sense? So if you're just out there and you're just trying to do one mod at a time, I would definitely start with gears. I think that would be my first thing for you. I wouldn't do 3G mod Adrenocide until they started switching fans. That's one of my top 5 anyways, is switching to contour fans and like a dual relay setup. But when you do contour fan dual relay setup, you should switch your alternator over a 3G because the contour fans suck some serious amp juice, so they will drain your battery down. Aaron Lydell, in experiences, what's the most boost a standard On3 kit will make on a... I would probably say 15 or 16 on a basic kit. 15 or... Now consider the fact they got ceramic ball bearing ones. So the ceramic ball bearing ones spool up better. They're just a better turbo all the way around. That's why they're more money. But on a basic On3 kit, probably 15 or 16 pounds. To answer your question, Aaron. All my experiences, which is like 10 different cars. Hammerhead makes the best SBF, then Brodex. Okay. Robert Zuckerman, look, Leach. He just put a video about the very problem today. Jeff McBroom. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Any car you wish you never got rid of? One you have the most fun in? Probably Hot Wheels. Jeff, to answer your question, what's up, fat fox body boy, or fat boy? My bad, dude. Jeff, probably Project Hot Wheels. But listen, there was nothing good. I did everything I did everything that car needed to be done. So Project Hot Wheels will be missed. But I have the black car. I have my dad's car now, which is kind of the stepbrother of the white car and the black car. So I mean, I kind of vlogging a 410 Monster Windsor. I'm going to be vlogging the 363 Stroker. And then, of course, I'm staying stock bottom end stuff with my dad's car. Very cheap, mild built. And you guys have already followed me this year on some of the upgrades that we did with that car. So, Jeff, what What kind of gear would you make power with an used? What kind of gear did you make the power with on used on 3 kit? 355s. William Zuckerman. Yes, I had to go into a pin map and drag the IAC into number 4 slot. That's a question. That's a Justin 91 LX question right there, William. That's a Holly stuff. DK, question. For the pump wire upgrade, what did you use to disconnect? You never showed it in the video. The disconnect, the quick disconnect on the hanger? Because I think I hardwired that. Quick disconnect. Oh, you're talking about when the wires came out of the tank and they were convoluted up to the bumper area, right? The Pretender. I just hate my C4 in the street. All other mods are done with the BCam motor stock. Bring it out. We'll put the swap in it. I just did it. Getting a 428 this weekend to drop in my 77. Found it in the... Wow. You found a 428 in the junkyard? That's a rare thing in needle in the dust. Yes, I must do it to get the IAC to work in the Ford Terminator kit. Okay. Blue collar. Any ever have a 460 big block and a Fox? Sounds cool, but yeah, my buddy Tim races them all the time. The yellow coupe on my channel. He's a good friend of mine. We race every weekend or every Wednesday when it's open, and sometimes on Saturdays. Zach Hudson, I need to stop to install subframe connectors and torque box reinforcements. I can't weld. Listen, I think the torque box reinforcement kit also, it can be welded and or bolted. Does that make sense? So I don't think those kits require welding at all. It's just people weld them to it, and then they weld up the seams around it. You see what I'm saying? So if you guys don't have a welder, that's okay. I'm pretty sure you drill the holes, and I think the bolts, I think you can, the subframe connectors or the torque box reinforcements still work without welding. So trunk back blue collar, well, you got to decide on the Capri. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, it really just bolts in. It's just people weld them to it just for the structure. So what else we got? Is 135 good on a dry shot compression test? As long as all the cylinders, that's not bad. As long as all the cylinders are within 5 to 10, I think it's 10%, then it should be fine. So in your case, if all the other cylinders are between 120 and 140, 125 and 140, you should be good. I think BBK makes a bolt-on subframe connectors. Now, the subframe connectors, I would not recommend just bolting them in and being fine with that. At that point, you're going to want to find a buddy to weld those in, because subframes need to be part of the car. The torque box reinforcements, one of the brackets that go inside of the torque box actually bolts. One of the bolt goes through it for the control arm. So if it's bolted to the bottom of the car on the seat underneath, then it adds to that structure. And the upper control arm goes up and meets, it's the same scenario. There's a bracket that holds that whole thing from pulling out. What's up, Broken Tool? And you get subframe connectors that are bolt. Yeah, so the ones I put on my dad's car are perfect. They're full length. They're thick. They're nice. They're made of good quality. They bolt to the bottom of the seat, which is where you want them. And I welded them at the tips, you know, about 10 inches in on each side. So made it part of the car. It's pretty dope. Working on moving into the new place last week. There you go. So what else we got going on? Let me catch up on chat here. Chat, where you at? There we go. Will a MAV car be able to run well without being tuned on 6 PSI with the right? You got to be more specific than that, Zach. So the MAV car on 6 PSI. I don't think so. What do you have for fuel injectors? What do you have for a calibrated MAF? Those are two big ones. Those are two questions. Blue Collar Fox. I had an engine builder forget to install the oil support ring on my 347. Bent every oil ring because of the gap over the wrist pin. Smoked like a mosquito truck. Jeez, oh Pete. I would never take anything back to that dude ever. Just 91 and Alex. The control arms will need to be removed if you're going to bolt on. That's correct. Broken tool. My subframes have a rear seat reinforcement and are welded in. Yeah, that's good. Is it? You mean the rear of the front seats? Bobby Fourbow. You have the set IAC parked position 40%. Right. I just went in and welded the approach. Seems to hold. Yeah, you did pretty good. Justin, man, don't beat yourself up on the welds, man. Whatever makes it work. I'm not a professional welder by far. Ask Cousin Paul, he'll tell you. But I mean, I do pretty good. I'm not terrible. I'm not buffering. You're buffering, Adrenocide. I got perfect connection. Fat Boy Fox, did you do a video on the air temp sensor relocation? I have not. That's probably going to be one of the videos that I do this winter. It's actually real simple, but we'll do it and I'll show it. What's up, Smurf TT? Where's she at? Hey, y'all, what's up? We finished primering my car finally. In the rain? Because you know you only live 3 miles from me. So, what do you guys think of? Did you see the Ford takeovers got two dates, and I think one of those dates, don't beat me up on it, but I think one of those dates are going to be in the South in Bama, where Brutal's at. So, what's up, Sean Russell? So I'm going to try to make both events, but it'll be pretty fun. I'd like to take 2 cars. I'll probably take the little white devil here. And I don't know if I'd take the black car or my dad's car. Because by May next year, I hope my dad's car we're going to probably put a turbo kit on it. So what I thought about doing is taking this turbo kit off and fabricating it up to fit my dad's car. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why spend more money? This passenger header's already been super reinforced, so there's no reason to go out and buy. I had to get a cheap on 3 turbo or whatever, but would be good to go. So I think that's what they were talking about Friday. Hopefully next year, we can make some events. Like, I think LMR has a pretty good big event in Texas. So I definitely plan on doing some traveling next year. I got a brand new truck. At least I know I'll get home. It's warranted and 4,000 miles on it. But I got a nice enclosed. And, I like to do some traveling and, do some vlogging and racing and have a little bit of fun. Do something a little bit different. You know what I mean? So that would be cool. Take a little white devil down the street. I hope I can get to one. I don't know. Okay, so just do a Neo takeover. I got my own thing going on up here with the stick shift stuff. I'm not a founding member, but I'm one of the first. The guy who put it together is a good friend of mine. And Danny Watts, the guy with the yellow Stella, and Brian Crane, and there's a group of us that do a big stick shift stuff, and we're talking 8-9 second stick shift cars that are all streetable for the most part. But I'm more into like the pedal throwdown stuff, and I would definitely dig. I got Summit Racing like about an hour from me, so they do a really big yearly event that you guys should come up and do. You know, I'll probably vlog that out next time and make sure everybody knows about it. You know, come up and be part of that. Hoping to plan a PBA car in New Jersey and have 400 or 500 cars. That would be cool. Like, I would like to do a car show or whatever, but I would rather just kind of, like, I'm so busy as it is. Like, I would probably definitely like to go more to, like, the NMRA stuff a little bit. My buddy chases the circuit quite a bit. Mike Niehaus, he's got a super fast stick shift. I think it's an 86. His car's so fast. I think he's a 331 twin turbo, but anyways, I think he chases the NMRA quite a bit, the True Street stuff. I would like to do that once or twice, or 10. Yeah, that's something that wouldn't be a bad idea. Blue collar, do a charity event. What you need charity for? Genocide? Oh, because you're automatic. So let me reach the other question. There was another question. It was kind of in the same scenario in the what we were talking about. I just miss racing so much right now because I'm just missing it so much. Like, you get to the end of the season and it's just so busy with football and stuff. You guys know. So somebody asked, I think it was a blue collar. Yeah, so I think we're gonna make a video, blue collar, on this. I showed Brutal your message, and I think we're both gonna. I mean, I don't care what kind of content gets released with other collaborators or content creators. So, like, if somebody created the same one I did, I wouldn't mind. I don't care about stuff like that. But I showed it to him. But you know, I think I do agree with your comment, you know, getting caught up in buying the best of everything. Yet I see guys like you and Brutal and several others, you know, that are making things work on the low buck stuff. And you're right. So I'm just kidding with the auto stuff. Don't beat me up. Anyways, going back to what that guy was talking about, or what blue collar was talking about, is just like, and it kind of goes hand in foot with what Nathan was talking about, Nathan Tuck. It's just, you get caught up. Like, the worst thing you can do, and it's why I made that video, the KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Keep it stupid, simple. Keep it stupid, simple. Keep it simple. Anyways, you don't want to get out, and you don't want to have your car sitting up on the lift, and you don't want to have your car sitting up on stands like forever waiting on parts and money to try to buy it. You don't get caught up in that stuff. What's up, Larry Daniel? It's just, that's just a never-ending spiral. It's like, you know, put a mod on, take it down, drive it, plan to put another mod on, take it down, drive it, rinse and repeat. You know what I mean? You fix it, you break it, you put it together, you repeat, whatever. Why go high dollar when low buck stuff still works? That's correct. That'd be great. I keep pushing my build down the road because I want to put the best in it. See, that's where you get, man. That's where you get beat up. That's where you get beat up right there. Is the fact that, you know, what's up, QMC? You spend so much time thinking about it, and we all do it. How many of y'all lay in bed and be like, you know, thinking about what kind of mod you want to do in your Mustang, or what kind of wheels or tires or slicks or turbo, or, you know, when your car's sitting in pieces in the garage. I mean, I do it myself. That's why I took Dad's car and said, you know what? I couldn't stop on my white car. You know, I actually am following my own advice with what I did with the white car. The On3 turbo kit that's on this car or on this engine should not be on this car, because it doesn't, it's that turbo design is not efficient for my 408, 410 stroker. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna rock the socks off when I put that kit on my dad's car. Watch what that kit does on my dad's car, because it's perfect, because the stock bottom end 302 only moves so much air. You know what I mean? So that type of mod would be good. Now that high dollar custom fit turbo kit that I have sitting over in the corner will fit this perfect. That's why we're doing it. Staying low buck allows you dollars and more upgrades. That's correct. Clay Zens. When we were racing our notch in our outlaw class, we figured we had around 100K in the car. That's what I'm talking about. Where does it end? 100K? That's crazy. My buddy Nate, he probably got close to that in his black notch. It's sick. You look on these forums and people talk so much crap about alphabet cams and pro comp heads, and I got both of them. Haha. I don't even want to start. Hey, you know, those keyboard warriors and keyboard racers can talk all they want. You know, I took a speed density car, full weight LX car. I added some normal mods to it, put a 30-year-old supercharger on it, no tuning, and sent it 11s. So unless they're running faster than that and driving it every day, that's where a lot of the Mustang people are. They're not at the outlaw end of it. The outlaw end of it's just a whole nother genre of power and mods and you know aluminum rods and aluminum blocks. It's crazy. I am running an F cam and works well. That's correct. G Funk, what's up? Seen many low buck cars spank high dollar cars. That's correct. I'm telling you guys, Mustangs are fast by nature. So if you take your pile and you put some power on it, it's going to be fast. But if you're going to put power on your Fox body, you got to put some good tires on it, because spinning ain't winning. That's correct. Let me go get some. I got to get a water. I'll be right back. So somebody had said power to weight, and I wanted to add, it is power to weight ratio, but it's also power to weight to tire. Well, you could have 1,000 horsepower or 700, and I would probably get beat by a 450 horsepower Mustang because I couldn't hook the car. Justin, we don't talk about ditches around here. Not that that's funny. Yeah, bring your 1,000 horsepower to autocross and get stomped by a $1,500 Miata. Exactly. How do you like the pictures of the notch I sent you? That blue notch is sick, Clay. That's crazy. What color is that? Like, what, do you know specific what shade it is? G-Funk, fast by nature. That needs to be decal on these. That's a good idea. Take that and run, G-Funk. Fast by nature. All about getting the power to the ground. That's correct. I took Dad's car, and I'm not patting myself in the back. I'm not sitting here doing it. Car makes 328 horsepower, runs 1180s, 1190s. On a 30-year-old supercharger that does not get tuned on 19-pound injectors. So it's about putting, what I did was I took the power that I was given on the simple-ass mods that I had, and I made it work and made sure that the tire worked. And if you look at my thumbnail, Cousin Paul brought that damn thing off the ground. That's Cousin Paul on that thumbnail, wherever it's at. He probably lifted it 6 or 8 inches. Fox Body Garage America. Spinning ain't winning and chrome won't get you home, but it will get you laid. That's correct. JD Rods, what's up? I'm late. What's up, JD? Make sure you guys hit that like coming in there. You also need a good clutch. I always run twin disc RXT, no matter if it's a T5 or, well, actually, Dad's car's got a Spec 2 Plus hybrid, so. What's up, Anthony Wilson? Neo does everything low buck. That's not low buck, son. Got to make it stick. That's correct. I say one thing about autos and I get blowed up. What's up, Donnie B? Hey, Neo. Tried calling you. Oh, I am so sorry I missed your call, Donnie. I completely forgot to call you back. I'll hit you up tomorrow. I've just been busy with football. We just finished the other week. I know you. I apologize. I did not mean to waste your time. Hey, Spec 2 Plus with an organic center force dual friction disc. Don't sleep on it. JD Rods. I always hit that. I appreciate that. Clay, Reef or Calypso? Reef. Actually, they both are awesome. Blue Collar. What's the HCI setup on the white car? We are running a custom turbo cam. Dave's got the specs. AFR 205 72cc heads with the Pack LS springs. They're the ones that, I'll take that back. I think those are beehives. And then, of course, the intake is the Trick Flow R-Box 90 millimeter. And I have an 85 millimeter throttle body. I'm AOD, tired of fighting with manuals. I got it. He's talking about my water. What are you talking about, Cousin Paul? No budget racing. Make videos about racers across the street with Hondas. I'm a local. You know what? They're actually pretty good kids. Like, I don't hate on car guys. So, I don't mind them at all. But, I mean, when they do it at 9 o'clock at night, you know, then it sucks. But he's been a pretty good, he's a pretty good dude. But I'm not going to make no videos on that stuff. I'm trying to convert my buddy to T5. He's got an SN95 with a B cam. Tells me it's slow. I said T5 would change that. It's true. Are you talking about the Micro Squirt B6609? Yeah. Wait. 6609. Isn't that the RP? What RPM is that for? I'm curious to ask you that. Clay, sorry, that's the color of the notch reef. Oh. Brian GT101, what's up? You ever raced a high-end car? I mean, I got 35 grand in that. But you talking about a high-end car? Not really. 80s 4 guy. I do the most same mods as Fox Body guy do in two-door Grand Marquis. Except I'm running a big block AOD. 9-inch big car. Bigger car requires stronger parts. That's correct. Hey, weight ratio. Need to do a bottled water video? Microsquirt sounds like... Jesus. Brutal. You guys are brutal tonight. Name, purpose only. Because I want to say that the A9L cuts out. That's the reason why I asked you, because I think the A9L cuts out at like 6705 or something like that. I don't remember. There's an RPM hard limit inside of the ECU. I can't remember the number though. That's why I asked you that. What else we got going on here? An ED issue. Are you serious? So Donnie B, you want to do the? You want me to put the micro? You want me to put that micro? Yeah. You want me to put that snow thing on Dad's car? Is that what you were talking about doing? That'd be crazy. So you're talking about spraying that in with my supercharger? No, it ain't 6200 Broken Tool. Mr. Freeze, okay. Hell, I'll send it. I told Tyler and Lamar, I was like, send me some parts and I'll start breaking them. I'll find the limit. He ignored me. No, I'm sure he's a busy person. I'm just kidding. That doesn't cut fuel at 6250. I thought it cut spark before it cut fuel. Okay. So, anyway, I missed track season. That's what that thumbnail's for. I missed track season. I don't know what I'm going to do next fall. But I should be okay. I should be okay to race on the weekends at least all the time. And, you know, if I got to go out of town and race, it'd be pretty cool. So, what else we got? Sean Ray. Man, how much would it cost a basic turbo kit? Basically, me doing the work myself, just parts and tuner. Well, if you did all the work, the kit itself is $1,600, and usually it tunes around $600 or $700. That includes the chip, the 4-bank eliminator. So, if that answers your question, Sean, if that's what you're asking or whatever. So I got some exciting things going on this week. It's been about 3 weeks, but my 363 is finished, and I was just gonna say. I was thinking about just selling the engine, but honestly, we probably should stick it in the black car and drive it. I bet you I'd probably run 10s with that car, straight up. But I don't know why that engine doesn't excite me anymore. Like, I got the 410 here in my dad's car, or here in the Little White Devil, and that's not even its name. It's whatever. And I want to... You know, I'm not going to convert back to a 363, so I'm not real sure what I want to do with it. I know the black car is going to be coming back here to the shop soon, so because we're about to put Dad's car away for a little bit. But actually, this is going to Big Dog, and we're going to have Dad's car and the black car here in the shop, so it's pretty exciting. I got to pick the engine up, but I'm not super excited about installing it. It's ready to go. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be awesome, but the one thing that sucks about that is I have to buy an exhaust for it, and I'm not going to put any shitty exhaust on it. So we're talking 1 3/4 long tube headers and, you know, a 3-inch exhaust and whatever. It never ends. That's right. I appreciate that, Broken Tool. Brian GT101, I have a 93 notch with a built 408, built C4, and a built 88 and 410 car. Was built for the track, but all the tracks are closing and selling off the property. They're like, all the tracks are closed, like selling the properties? That sucks. So you won't be able to race it at all. What heads are on the 363? They're the AFR 1452s. I think those are the 58 chambers. Is that right? Blue Collar, thinking of starting a channel, just document my build. This is cool having a Fox body community. Yeah, that's the, you know, and Brutal mentioned it last Friday. It's really cool. Like, you got a community of people. You got some of us that do videos often. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to start a Fox body channel, it's slow. It's not a genre that's going to blow up. There's really no way to cheat it as far as like hurry up and get all these subscribers. It's just something that has to kind of ferment over time. Like, and Donnie B can attest for it because I think he's around 3,500-ish subscribers. I think 417 Fox just hit a K. Once you hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, things start to change in your channel a little bit. So, you know, the how-to videos are kind of hot with our genre, but so isn't like, and I talk, like I said, I talk to Nakia all the time, Brutal, and it's okay if I call him that because I think he did say that in his stream, what his name was. I did talk to him about the how-to videos, and the one thing that's really kind of cool about our genre that make good videos are the retro stuff. Like, you know, like showing all the retro stuff, like the ROH wheels and the rear louver windows. And I like to watch stuff like that instead of I'm watching myself put a T5 in. G-Funk knows what I'm talking about. G-Funk he just did that wiring thing. And I think Demon Fox was painting his interior. Look, all right. I'm going to do this right now. If you ain't got a chance, because I'm starting to subscribe to a lot of other channels openly. If you ain't got a chance, go check out 417 Fox. I think he's the guy that's doing the HVAC relocation mod. Go check out Demon Fox. I think Demon Fox is a pretty raw setup. I like it because he's showing you the interior. He's showing the painting it. You know, he does it for fun. Go check out Donnie B. Go check out G-Funk. He just did a nasty wiring thing. You guys can link all your channels here. I don't really care. And of course, I appreciate you guys on my channel. And I know you're probably part of Brutal and part of Foxcast. Those guys go without saying. I think Mike Dula over at House of Dula is doing pretty good. There's a community there. But there's some channels on the come up. You know? And, you know, they're going to get noticed. And that's why I want to talk about them here. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm leaving people out, but not intentionally. Like Gearhead 704. Like, one really cool thing about Gearhead 704 is he's with Matt over at Fox Resto. So he does a lot of stuff and a lot of vlogging with him and his wife over there. And I think that's super cool because he's got a well-known, reputable restoration shop involved with his vlogging. So that's really cool. You know what I mean? So 417 Fox, HVAC relocation kit is badass. I think that's a really cool idea too. Let me catch up in some chat here. I swapped 94-95 car and we did not do that part. Can you explain what that? What are you talking about? What is that? Ship Racing 2? Neo, watched your T5 swap video and I had a question about the jumper switch. Okay. I'm pretty sure the 94-95 doesn't have to do the jumper. Well, you talking about the O2 harness? Because their harnesses are different. So, exhaust suggestion for GT40 HCI shorty header setup. 2.5 inch. If you're a stock bottom end 302, you will gain nothing from a 3-inch exhaust except a deeper sound. Honestly, stay with the 2.5 inch. You'll be fine. Seen that? Okay, the jumper wire behind the dash. Okay, I'm not real super familiar with that Ship Racing as far as 94-95, but I know that the O2 harnesses and the T5 harnesses are wired completely different than a Fox body, and I want to say it's wired both ways as far as the jumper is concerned. Whereas the Fox bodies require it. You to change it. You're talking about pin 1 to 5, pin 1 to 6 versus pin 5 to 6, etc., right? Like the O2 jumper. So, anyways, like I was talking about the other channels, again, you guys are probably already subbed with Foxcast and Brutal, 417 Fox, Demon Fox. I'm shouting these channels out. Donnie B, Justin 91LX, even, he said he was taking a break, but I knew he wasn't. Tricking me. 50 Tussin. There's a nice community we got going on there. And, like I said, it's for you guys that want to build a channel and start a channel, it's slow. And if you make content on a pretty consistent basis, whether it's 2 or 3 minutes or 10 minutes, it'll build. It's like I said, it's just got to build itself. That's all. Like, do I think there's 50 or 100,000 people that are Fox body community? And, that might be the ceiling, versus like video games that might have millions of people playing the same game. You see what I mean? So, anyways, shout out to those channels if you ain't got a chance to go check them out. If they want to link their stuff here, they can link their stuff here. I have no problem with that. I'm still waiting for Chris Watson at Project Stock Bottom End to start making more content on his coupe, but he won't listen. Yeah, he's really busy. I'm just kidding. So, like, here's another thing. If you are building a channel Fox body related, I won't live stream unless I'm in my shop. Like, you see it behind me. Like, you know, live streaming is cool as hell. And so isn't starting cars on them. It's not like my dad's car. My dad's car, man, that thing is fumey, bro. I got this car sitting at perfect 14.7 at idle. Y'all smell the race fuel? What's up, Smitty Bad? Hey, it's been years since I've been able to take that car and just start it up on any given Sunday. I love it. It's like I said, it's tuned really well. I ain't got no fuel issues with it. You know, my dad's car is obviously not tuned with the computer and the binary editor, so you know, I start my dad's car up in here in about 30 seconds. I'm ready to pass out. Anyways, so we're about an hour and 20 minutes in. I only made that exhaust the way I did it. I'm glad I didn't cut my hood because this is an on-3 kit, and I didn't think I was going to have the turbo kit on there very long. Like I said, I just wanted to get the engine broke in, and this is what goes back to my keeping it simple, stupid. Keeping it stupid, simple. I get them backwards. I'm an idiot. Don't judge me. So I knew that it wasn't the perfect setup for my car, but I got the car running, moving, tuned, whatever. Like, you can always go back and redo things. So it's probably one of my number one, you know, advices for all of y'all. Like, just get it together and enjoy it. Take it back apart, change it. Don't let it sit forever, you know? Buying the best shit on the shelf isn't always the best answer. Driving it is. I was trying to tap my oil pan today, and it kicked my ass. I need a new oil pan. Are you serious? That sucks. Ran C2 in my old radar run sled, not cheap, that's right. Junior Juvie, what paint did you buy the other day? And what car is getting painted? That is Smurf TT's paint. You talking about the Grabber Blue? We're about to paint her car this year. This summer, yeah. This winter. So, anyways. She just got it primered and ready. So it's going to come over here We're going to set the other smaller shop I have up, and we're going to build like a small booth. I think actually I'm going to shout him out again. I think 417 Fox made a video where he made a cheap like painter's booth. So we're doing something similar to that. You know, where we make up, you know, we make walls that are going to have like tarps like nailed to it. You see what I mean? Because I've already got the big fan, and I got the sprayer, and I got the 80-gallon tanks, you know, but I watched your oil pan vid. That helped a lot. I appreciate that. You talk about the one that I was tapping in Dad's car? DK, I've been learning and doing my own body work. Yeah, it's tedious. It's definitely tedious. Body work is something I will not vlog because I suck at it. But I'm not terrible at it, but I'm not proud of it. I gave it much ass when punching it, and the hole is bigger than 5/8. Well, then just step it down. So go to a 3/4? Yeah. So go to a 3/4 and then just step it down. You get what I'm saying? It's all Deltron, Junior Juvie. Her paint was, I get a stupid deal on paint, but her paint was all, it's the Deltron 2000. It's $900 paint. She got the best paint. Sometimes that's all you need, man. When you're not a perfect painter, but you know what you're doing, but you're not perfect, sometimes paint will hide your dumb shit. Yeah, what Adrenocide said. Step up the hole and just, just step, you can make the fittings work to where it goes from like 9/16 to 5/8 to 3/8. You see what I mean? Step it down. They probably have a fitting you can buy that'll go from one to the other. So, what color you gonna paint it, Justin? Eastwood is a great place to learn stuff. That's correct. But anyways, we got about 5 more minutes, folks. Unless you want to hit me with something, you got a question or whatever. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys. Everybody's black, Justin. Paint that thing Calypso or Reef. Titanium Frost. You talking DK? You talking about the disconnect on that fuel, on that wiring we were talking about earlier? It's a simple male-female connector. What I did was I just male-female connected, and then I taped it. That's all I did. Yeah, just the yellow 1/2 inch. That's all I did. Damn, those things are all great colors. That's right. Titanium Frost is my favorite. Anyways, got about 5 minutes. T56 thoughts. David, what kind of power's in front of it? Don't ever go T56 just because you can. You know what I mean? I guess that doesn't make any sense. Unless you've got considerable amount of power or plan on it, or there's a big plan in front of you, don't even worry about it. But I love the T56, if that asks your question. So I want to go ahead and start wrapping this stream up. Unless you guys got another question, I'll wait a couple minutes. But shout out to all those channels that support me. Like I said, we got some guys here in channel. G Funk coming up, 417 Fox, Demon Fox, Donnie B, Project Stock Bottom End, of course, 50 Tussin, Brutal, Foxcast Media. I'm always shouting channels out. Gearhead 704. We're all a community. So I'm not in competition with anybody, just like Brutal said on his channel. We're not in competition with anybody because, that's just the way it is. So, yeah, I would do a T56 there, David, if I were you. Make sure you guys hit that like, please, before we end the stream. Another thing I wanted to talk about is I want to send out a shout out to my club membership guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys supporting my channel. We're getting close to t-shirt time. I'm actually designing a new t-shirt that looks like this. It's got this logo on it. So make sure you check out my Teespring if you're interested in supporting the channel with some t-shirts. Guys, you guys know I enjoy you guys. I got 51 likes going. I got more likes than I got viewers, and I'm cool with that. So this week we got, for videos, we got the 363 coming home. We're going to try to get to the Dyno. But this week is Thanksgiving, so it's going to be a little bit weird this weekend. So it is what it is. But we're getting close to 10K subs. And the more likes and the more comments we put in this, and the more people we can get into the community, the better. We hit 10K subs and we're on another tier, boys. So if you need any transmission stuff, make sure you hit up Andrew Hanlon. Andrew Hanlon's a good, his mom and dad were friends of mine for years. I buy my T56 stuff from him. If you're looking at doing face plating and doing anything special outside of that, don't go to Hanlon because Bob doesn't want to do it. I could probably already tell you that safely. But go check out Brad up at Liberty Gears. Shout out to Brad and Liberty Gears. And I know Astro and G-Force and all, they have some good stuff too. But those are the guys I've dealt with. So anyways, everybody have a good night. Make sure you hit that like on the way out. I appreciate everybody. Look forward to the next stream sometime this week, maybe next Sunday. And keep the wheels straight, boys. Good chat. Thank you.